Some people telling you, I'm sure, not so quietly, it would be insane to combine with AOL. You're good enough not to say that. All right, we are going to continue. Sony Pictures hacking in the biggest corporate attack ever. You remember that? More than 75,000 emails released last week. It seemed that the hackers who targeted Sony were also after CNN. This posting online read, CNN is the best in the world. You have 24 hours to give us the wolf. The whole thing was apparently a hoax. A Tennessee-based journalist has taken responsibility on Twitter, saying it was a joke and he had no idea it would be taken seriously. Joining me along with Porter Bibb to discuss the latest is Theresa Payton. She is the founder and CEO of the security firm Fortalice Solutions. Theresa, glad to see you again. Porter, we're glad you're staying for the discussion. So, Theresa, we actually spoke about this last. I specifically asked you, is this a hoax or not? Because give us the wolf seems silly.
No, you're right. That part of it did seem silly, and I said it could be a hoax, but you people have to take these threats seriously. And the one thing I think hopefully everybody takes away from this is when the FBI does see threats, they want to move quickly and warn businesses. And sometimes they're going to find out later that it was a hoax or maybe a threat by a group who couldn't carry out on it. So I think the FBI did the right thing, warning businesses to be aware and be safe so that they wouldn't end up like another Sony. 8 weeks later, we're still talking about it, and they're still trying to get back online.
Yeah, better to be safe than sorry, for sure. Porter, what do you make? We never really got to talk about that Sony hack and then this possibility of CNN being targeted.
Well, first of all, let's look at what the devil is the FBI doing getting into cyber hacking? Why isn't the NSA or some qualified government branch looking at it? Because they rushed to judgment and told the president that it was North Korea at Sony, and it's probably going to end up not to be North Korea.
Yeah, it seems more and more likely that it was a disgruntled former employee of Sony.
And I agree you want to investigate every single hack because you never know, but there's no protection, there's no confidence, and the way it's going right now, anybody can be hacked. We all know that, but the companies that are protecting themselves, like your company, like Time Warner, most of the major companies have very, very good cybersecurity walls to breach.
And we know
Sony did not.
We know the FBI actually did put out a comment and say something like 90% of U.S. corporations would be vulnerable in the same way that Sony was. But Theresa, I want to bring you back in on Porter's point. Should this really be the realm of the NSA? I mean, you worked at the White House, so I'm sure you know about all the power struggles between the NSA and the FBI. Does this cybersecurity issue just rest squarely on the shoulders of the NSA and everybody else should back off?
Well, you know, it's tough because the way the laws are written, there's different jurisdictions. You actually have Secret Service as it relates to financial crimes, the FBI investigating, law enforcement, basically, and then you have NSA for intelligence. Plus, there's also the CIA and the military. So what you have to do is really understand the rules of engagement, which we need to make it more simple for businesses to understand who do I engage when I think there's a credible threat. The other piece, though, I think that's really interesting as far as trying to get these early warnings out. Law enforcement has been criticized in the past not being quick enough to get intelligence out. Same thing about the intelligence community. What we found looking backward at hacks is a study was done, and 75% of businesses that were hacked learned about it either from law enforcement or their own customers. So you're right. This is a very convoluted, complex area. People step on each other's toes, these different departments and agencies, and I think 2015 we need to see a framework for better clarity and an easier way for the business community to talk to these different groups who have the intelligence they need to protect their assets.
It makes all the sense in the world. Theresa, thank you very much. Theresa Payton joining us there, Fortalice CEO. While staying with media, research shows that the global ad spending market is more than $500 billion.